Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to this episode or the Auto Detailing Podcast video channel. I'm Jimbo, and today we're going to be comparing two products. The first one is going to be Bead Maker from P&S Sales, a part of the Rennie Doyle collection. A lot of people's favorite. This product's been out for a few years, but really has picked up some steam in the last year or so, and we're going to be comparing it to this not really ever talked about anymore, the Auto Scrub Nano Shock. And I think it's cool. The reason why I picked up these and the reason why I chose these is the application is about the same. There's a few minor differences. They're both about the same price. The Nano Shock currently is about 14 to 16 bucks on Amazon, and same with the Bead Maker, right around the same price. Of course, can be picked up at any detail supply outlet. They're both orange. They're both very liquidy. A couple key differences that I want to talk about before we get into the application process of it. The Bead Maker needs a 8-hour cure time, at least according to the label. It does say that let the product cure for a minimum of 8 hours to achieve maximum performance, right there on the back of the bottle. Now the Nano Shock says within 24 hours it'll be fully cured. So we're dealing with very long cure times here, both 8 hours and 24 hours. So very, very long cure times in my humble opinion, for products that are very simple to use. And honestly, when I tested the Bead Maker last, I didn't really see that much of a difference in waiting 8 hours and not. Now, I've been shaking this bottle around too much, but in the bottom of the P&S Bead Maker bottle, right around here, I noticed that there's some product that starts to build up. So to me, when I see that, it's similar to the Adams 9H spray. I like to see that stuff. Obviously, it's just a quick shake and it goes away, and I've been playing with the bottle, so that went away. So we're gonna apply these. We're gonna give it a full 24-hour cure time on both of them, and of course, we'll have the control panel in the middle. Now I need to completely remove any waxes, sealants, compounds, coatings that may have been on the panel previously. So what I'm going to do is fully polish the panel, and then wipe it like I did with the G-Technic panel wipe, with the Surfaces panel wipe, alcohol, whatever you want to use, to make sure that surface is completely bare and free of any other products that may have been on the surface before. And then we will get into the torture test. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's move into the application of the product. And the first up, we're going to be using Bead Maker and applying it to the right side of this panel here. Again, gloves, also a good idea. So Bead Maker, they want you to saturate the panel. So this panel has been polished, compounded, wiped with a panel wipe, completely prepped, free of any scratches or anything like that. So that, I think, is way too much product, but that's how they want you to apply Bead Maker. And the reason why I chose the Nano Shock to go with it, and I think it'll make a lot of sense once I start getting to the Nano Shock application. But the Bead Maker, I think one thing that's made it such a popular product is the ease of application, and obviously the results to some extent. Right underneath the towel, so that my initial thing is it smells very good, very pleasant. I have no idea what that smell is, but it does smell very good. Goes on very smooth, makes the panel incredibly slick right away. So this will be Bead Maker side. All right, so I'll move this towel over, and I'm trying not to get any cross-contamination. So on this side, we're going to be using the Nano Shock. And here, I want to point out the, if you read this top paragraph right up here, the camera's having a little bit of a hard time picking it up. But if you read this top paragraph, and I could read it to you if you want, it sounds, if you read it without a label, it would sound exactly like Bead Maker is. So because of that last statement, so whether it's Bead Maker or another product, any product that you can protect your car in 20 minutes is a huge win for me. So the Rennie Doyle Double Black Bead Maker needs 8 hours to cure. The Nano Shock says it's best to wait for 24 hours. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait 24 hours. It does not talk about the application process for the Nano Shock. So what I'm going to do is, because it seems like they're such identical products, I'm going to apply them exactly the same by saturating the panel. And even more, I'm smelling it. That's what that was. I'm not dying on you guys. That is also a very pleasant smell. Same, consistent with the theme, kind of tangerine-y, orangey. So the application very much the same as the bead maker. Goes on, it's maybe not as smooth. Oh, there we go. So as it starts to dry, that seemed like too much for this product as well, but I wanted to make the application nice. And again, maybe we're just going to find an alternative to bead maker if you want to just try something else. The smell is, they both smell very good. I would say the Nano Shock has a stronger tangerine smell, a stronger scent, but they still are both very, very pleasant. So, and under the light, I mean, it's very difficult to tell, especially on camera, but initially it doesn't really look like one is shinier than the other. So I'm gonna give this a full 24-hour cure, and we will come back tomorrow and do the torture test. All right, boys and girls, the studio audience is out in full effect. If you're not familiar who the studio audience is, it's the kids across the street from my house. So, all right, it's been a full 24 hours, maybe a little over actually, since we applied the bead maker on your right, the Nano Shock on your left. We have the control section rather, in the middle there. So let's hit it with some water and see what this stuff is made of. All right, so actually, very, very interesting. Bead maker actually produces less beads than the Nano Shock. So, and that's why I switched. If you saw, I kind of danced around the camera a little bit, and I was spraying the water from this angle, and I was seeing that the Nano Shock was beading actually significantly more. So I thought maybe my water angle was off, and that's why I started to go around from this angle. So, but as you could see in the initial test, the Nano Shock is beading water better than the bead maker, okay? Again, I don't know. So let's dry this off and throw some chemicals at it. So very interesting that the Nano Shock would bead water better than the bead maker. Again, the caveat would be really beading water isn't the end all be all. So this is the Griot's iron and fallout remover. Looks like I may have one more test with that. And to be honest, I'm not expecting either one of these products to even make it through the iron and fallout remover. What I do love about both of these products and products similar to these is the ease of application and the benefits that you can get from just a very, very simple spray and wipe at a very good price point. So both these products do have a very good price point, around that $14 to $16 range. So this is not a cheap versus expensive, but I feel like you could pair either one of these products with a cheap versus expensive thing up against the product. So that Nano Shock beaded similar to Beyond Can Coat, McGuire's Fast Finish. As you can see, it's beading water even still through the the Nano Shock doing really well through the iron and fallout remover. The bead maker not so much, has kind of gone to sheeting water. The Nano Shock is holding the beads up. Let me wipe it with my wet towel, but the Nano Shock showing beads significantly better than the bead maker. And I did not expect either one of these products, being totally honest, did not expect either one of these products to hold up at all. But it seems like the Nano Shock has held up through the iron and fallout remover where the bead maker has not. Let's see it again. Maybe there was just some residue there. So sheeting water a little bit, but the bead maker has gone to completely sheeting water. Let's try it from this angle here. So I think it's pretty safe to say, the Nano Shock maybe it's not holding up as well. Okay, so wow, right there you go. That'll show you right there. That, man, I love when we get such a difference from side to side. You know, I'm grasping for words when we get two products that are so similar to actually communicate what I'm seeing, and this is perfect. Now, depending on what you want, dictate your opinion of these two products. The Nano Shock held its beads. The bead maker is actually sheeting water faster than the control section, and you really don't want beads, but for the purpose of this example, I'm not convinced that bead maker is on the surface anymore, whereas Nano Shock is actually doing something with the beads, or doing something with the water, thus kind of telling us that it's probably doing something. So in my opinion, I would say that the bead maker is not there, the Nano Shock is still there. Comment below whether you think I'm right or wrong and kind of what your opinions are. These videos have kind of transitioned to, you know, out of the gate I used to be a little bit more controversial, and what I'm trying to do is just let the product speak for itself and let you guys determine what you think in the comments below, because that also gives us a chance to interact with each other, which I think is great. So, but the iron and fallout remover has killed, in my opinion, the bead maker, because you can even see the tape is still beading. So let's get this water off and hit it with Optimum Power Clean. Now we will hit it with the Optimum Power Clean. I'll spray the Nano Skin side first, let it sit on that a little bit longer, I guess. So this is the Optimum Power Clean. So just based on that alone, as I try to say, I'm not going to give my personal opinion. If you're going for a spray-on wipe-off sealant in the $14 to $16 range, I would say, and look at this, I would say probably the Nano Shock. Look at this. It reminds me of that meme. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Have you guys seen that video? Anyway, would you look at this? So again, I'm trying to look for differences other than water beading behavior. If you look at the control section, excuse me, when you spray Power Clean, nothing is happening. The Power Clean is sitting directly on that surface. The similar thing is happening on the bead maker side. The Nano Shock side, and I hope the camera's picking this up, it's fighting off the chemical. You see that? Like right around here, how you can see it fighting off the chemical right there, whereas on the control panel side and let me take a look a little bit. It looks like the bead maker's kind of trying to do it. Okay, the bead maker's trying to do it right here. It's kind of trying to do it, but it's definitely different than the Nano Shock side. So let's rub it in. I think we've let it set up long enough there. All right, so there's the Power Clean. Let's see if let's rinse off the residue here. See if we have any difference. What I like about the Power Clean is it doesn't seem like there's as much residue. Okay, look at that. Nano Shock holding true. Wow. So now we're entering the realm of ice spray wax, turtle wax, ice spray wax. Let me wipe it with a wet towel. But we're definitely entering a different realm with this Nano Shock. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. I mean, let's be honest, the turtle wax ice spray wax still has it from a price points perspective. All right. Now that we've wiped off the residue, let's see what we're looking at here. And would you look at that? Just look at that. So the bead maker sheeting water a little bit faster than our control panel, but not living up to its name, at least in this test. So at least there's something going on the Nano Shock side. That is not happening on the bead maker side. You can see it's sheeting water, and for what it's worth, it is sheeting water faster than the control panel. But the Nano Shock, though it's taken a hit, it's still beading water, and you can see depending upon how much I pulled on the trigger and what I kind of made the water do through the nozzle, but we're still seeing a reaction, whereas we are not on the bead maker side. So let me get this off here. And a quick note, look at how much more difficult it is to get the water off the control section than either one of the sides. So I would say the control section is the hardest to get the water off. Bead maker comes in second place, Nano Shock first place. All right, let's move into the super clean. Super clean, so much nastier to work with than Optimum Power Clean and other APCs. No idea why anyone would pick up super clean. It's just horrible to work with. Very caustic and just gross. I think I'm gonna switch up on the degreaser from super clean and move into the Optimum Power Clean, and probably I'm looking at F-Bomb from American Detailer Garage currently. Then I got to dilute it and get it in a different bottle, and then it's a non-branded bottle, and oh man, super clean is not fun. But let's see if Nano Shock, let's see if super clean is the Nano Shock killer. Turn that hose back on here. All right, let's see. Let's get this residue off first, huh? Ooh, I think we killed it. But look at that, significantly flatter. No doubt about that. Let's wipe it with the wet towel with nothing on it to get any super clean residue. You know, there was a really good suggestion that came in through the comments on one of the previous videos about, you know, after the wet towel, I should dry it and then wipe it with an IPA. Then that may help with the readings. The problem with that is I think the IPA also takes off some products. So the purpose of the wet towel, I tried with the car soap and I tried with the O&R, and that was giving me the false reading. So the purpose of it is to get all the residue off. But I feel like an IPA, if I rinsed it with water, hit it with the wet towel, and then hit it with an IPA, I feel like that would be giving me false readings as well, because I might be knocking down the product with that IPA. So this is kind of the resolution I've come to. And there we go. Super clean was the Nano Shock killer. That is for sure. So, and even killed the bead maker anymore if there was any left on there. So there we go. Look at how flat. So interesting though, if we're going to sheeting water, look at the rate that if we look at the bead maker, we look at the bead maker in the control panel compared to the Nano Shock side. Let's watch, I'm trying to get this as even as possible. Let's watch the rate of evaporation. How fast is the water evaporating on the surface? So still, the Nano Shock side, though it's gone, or maybe not gone, but the water beading is gone. Look at the rate of evaporation on that Nano Shock side versus the control panel, control section, sorry, not control panel, versus bead maker. I think that says a lot, and I think we'll conclude the torture products right there. All right guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video of the bead maker versus the auto scrub Nano Shock. Have you ever used this product before. I've never heard anyone talk about it really. It's not in any circles. Obviously the Bead Maker getting a lot of press as of late. Which one did you like better? Did you think that the Bead Maker lived up to its name and had really nice beads? Did the Nano Shock surprise you? Did it hold up a little bit longer than you thought, or vice versa? I really would love to hear your comments, your thoughts, your feelings and opinions in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to try something new in a Nano Shock, or if you're going to pick a Bead Maker for the first time. They're both very good products that come at a very, very solid price. So I just want to hear your opinions in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notification so you get notified first, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.